The following is a special presentation of MRE Uno Division 2. You're watching the 2025 MRE Uno Division 2 Championship. The lights turn back on in Bangkok today as our first contender lands from a trip to Bai Island. The winners' quarterfinals kick off today between a prime promotion contender and an underdog looking to keep the momentum rolling. Mark has had a terrific season in 2025, from falling short in the LCQ last season to a top 4 player in D2 this season. He enters at number 3 and looks to get off on the right foot and ensure a spot in D1 in 2026 here today, but it won't be an easy prospect going up against a force of momentum. João has not only finale experience as Mark does, but has momentum on his side. 3 straight wins and 2 in the LCQ with the season on the line, one of those being a rematch, and then another rematch being a 7-game thriller over the guy that kept him from a locked-in spot in the championship back in Archery April. Now he looks to fly high on the house money momentum and beat another perennial player. Can Mark slow João down? Will João keep rolling to a 4th straight win in the playoffs? Who will get one step closer to D1 today? The winners' quarterfinals are here, and the top 4 are coming. And up first, Mark lands to face João. Strap in, everyone. The D2 Championship continues next.
The winners quarterfinals of the D2 Championship starts here, and we got quite the match for you here as number 3 Mark, starting his run in the D2 Championship for the very first time, takes on number 11 João, who has been on an absolutely fire run throughout these playoffs with 3 wins so far. Hello everyone and welcome to the D2 Championship winners quarterfinals. This will be the start of the round, the 3v11. We'll see who gets on top. Both these players, in a way, kind of been underestimated at points this season, but now one of them will lock their spot into the winner's semifinal of the 2025 D2 Championship. We'll see who it'll be. I'm your host, G-Man. Let's get into it. We'll start with going over Mark's season, since this is his first match of the D2 Championship here. Been an interesting one. Started off really hot in February Flurry, made it all the way to the finale. Brought it to game 11, only game 11 of the season, since that is only one of three matches, or second game 11, because there was 3 matches this season that were best of 11. Those were all in February due to the major. Ultimately made it all the way to the end. Unfortunately lost that game 11 to Luke 6-5, but still a really strong showing. But then kind of stalled out a little bit throughout the middle portion. Lost in the round 32 to Rana in a 4-2 loss there. Lost a short 4-1 in the round 32 again in tournament 3. Wasn't looking good for Mark. Needed a big showing and came up big in Justice July. Made his second Final Four of the season. Only one of 3 people to make double. And unfortunately lost to Cyan there 5-4 in a really good match. He'll back and forth in that one. But Mark ultimately able to salvage himself, boost his resume, and ultimately landed in the 3 spot for the D2 Championship, which locked in one of the 4 auto promotions for next season. So Mark has that secured. He's going to be happy about that one. But now he wants to try to win this championship here, especially since he barely missed out on it last season. Hoping to make up for some lost time here. I mean, again, you see the wins at the bottom there. I mean, some of the highlights definitely would include a big win over Red, Bree, Evan, who was also in the D2 Championship through the LCQ, and then Arnhem, who was in the LCQ but didn't make it much further than that. But that's Mark's season. João currently 3-0 at the moment with wins on Bree, Not Short, and then beat J Money in the first round for some redemption here, which we'll see right here as we go to the bracket. A lot of really close matches in this opening round here, barring the Luke Geo match. I mean, everything went to game 7, including that J Money Joao match. Joao able to hang on there, but ultimately it's going to be now Mark and Joao in this winners quarterfinal matchup to kick things off, and we'll see who gets the job done here and makes it into winner semis. Winner of this one will face the winner of Cyan and Geo. That one will be go on Sunday at 4 p.m. And again, I mean, the way this schedule works out, we got a game a day, all the way to Labor Day. So that'll be the wrap up. Tomorrow we have Red and Pikachu going at it. Sunday, as I mentioned before, Cyan Geo, and then wrap it up Monday, Labor Day. Late night game, potentially drives in the making there. My Hill Ridley. I know Short's gonna be on that one. Tip here, we're waiting to see what he can do, but should be a good one here as we kick off the round. Let's jump into the stream here. I am not joined by anyone for this one, so it's gonna be a solo commentary experience, but we do have both our players here, so we'll jump into it there. Mark, we'll start with you. I mean, you had a really good season. This time around, I mean, you definitely some of that experience coming in after some of the shortcomings from 2024. You ultimately make 2 Final Fours and find yourself as a 3 seed in this D2 championship. And this is technically your second playoff match since you did play in the LCQ last season, but one and out there. Your thoughts making it to this point here in the D2 championship as a top 4 seed. You go up against Joao, who's got a lot of momentum on his side here, and just generally your thoughts on what you gotta do to stop the train from Joao, make it into winner semis, and keep your run going in a positive light in winners bracket.
I'm definitely happy. I would not expecting to be here, like at any point in the season. To stop Joao, I think I'll mostly just have to shake things up. Can't let him just get into a groove. I have to make sure to like choose my card starts wisely to throw him off.
All right, thank you, Mark. We'll go to Joao now. Joao, you were on a very strong run here so far, especially with the first 2 matches being winner go home for you. But you have made it to this point. You have gotten a lot of redemption for yourself, and ultimately, across the season, you're up to 10 wins. We do show only the regular season record on the scoreboard here, but you're 3-0 technically in the playoffs at the moment with a 12-6 record here. I mean, the way it's been the scores have been climbing up 4-1, 4-2, 4-3 here. You go up against Mark, who's definitely going to prove to be a challenge. Your thoughts on what you do to try to get the win here, keep this upset train going, and find yourself going from the LCQ into the winner semifinal and really boosting your chances at getting one of those promotion spots.
And I'm currently very confident. I've been feeling very good about the way I've been playing, and I think I just gotta keep doing what I've been doing, and just like ride. Let's ride.
All right. Well then, I guess that'll do. Guess that will do it for pregame here. Again, we had a bit of a discussion about a bunch of different of the big 4 sports teams in the pregame of the channel here, but Scars is going to be our ref here. We're going to get things going here. Mark will open game 1. We'll see what it goes here. Gonna go open with 10 here, and we begin with the blue +2, and the winners quarterfinals are underway here. We'll see who wins this one. Best of 7, 1 power play. And Mark's gonna open up with the blue here. I mean, we've seen in some of these games in the opening round where someone starts off with a really weak color on the start, and not gonna see that yet. Although Joao goes for an immediate switch, he did do a bit of that against J Money in the opening round here, so might see some more of that today. And wow, Joao actually switches himself into a draw there. We'll see how that goes, but for Mark, if he could keep playing this, might have gotten an early advantage here. Yeah, still able to play it here. Joao's still drawing, so maybe a bit too aggressive of a switch to kick things off here, but we'll see how Joao recovers. Still early in this one, just past 50 seconds. And well, I mean, there you go. There's your recovery, and it comes in a flash 5-card run with a yellow +2 in there, and we switch the yellow, and I think suddenly Joao has taken the lead after that, so was just trying to find that break and got it, but Mark has denied it and goes back into red. Joao with the crossover, though, in the green. He is not letting Mark get that red once again. And he's trying to get on his run to the finish potentially. And now here comes some more to the light switching here. I mean, again, we saw him get bit by it with the red here, but so far in this later part of this game, it is working, and this yellow seems to be what he's looking for at the moment. Thing is, we have not really seen too much of Mark's hand yet. We'll see if he has anything in the background. He has a yellow skip and a yellow 8, so that's going to tie it. João has the possession arrow, though. We are looking for a quicker game potentially here as we are down to low cards. Really just depends on what both these players have left. João might be feeling it, maybe close to getting that 1-0 lead, but does Mark have something to sneak up behind him? Mark is taking a second on this one, is typing something up here. Goes for the wild green here, hoping for no green. João crossover into blue. Could this be check for Mark? Says GG. Which way will it go? He falls one card short. João is going to open 1-0 with the blue reverse. Wow, close one to the finish there. I guess for Mark, only thing I got to ask is what that last card was, because you looked good at points, but ultimately just kind of fell a little bit short. Did not seem like you had a lot of ammo, but ultimately still played that very well.
Yeah, it was a green one. I would play disconnected at the end.
All right. Green one. Yeah, all right. Well, okay, so João goes up 1-0 on that one. Hold on. Let's get a quick thought here from João. I mean, João, you go up 1-0. Thoughts on getting the early lead and just kind of your thought process on how that game went.
So I made a mistake. I drew one time too many on the red, which could have made it harder. I already had the connection, but didn't think about it. I drew one more time, and it ended up being that blue reverse. So I could have won like one turn sooner, I guess.
Again, I mean, we mentioned it sometimes. The small mistakes could ultimately cost it, and for João, nearly did, but ultimately able to escape by one card. We're gonna go with the OG7 here. Mark game 2, looking to get the tie, and we start with green 3. So, again, it's gonna be one of those games where you kind of just you might be exploring the card range a little bit here. Mark gonna go lower here. Gonna try something like that. Try to get the run quicker potentially. I mean, we saw in that game Mark did not actually have too much ammo there, but was able to just kind of play the cards in a bit of a flow pattern and just kind of run it down. Didn't really need the draw there, but ultimately just didn't really have any ammo cards to go on a run to get the finish. But again, we get a switch within the first set of turns here once again in game 2, and once again it's the red. This I was about to say this time it does not lead to a draw, but I stand corrected. Mark draws on the red there. João switches to blue though. Could end up being untimely for Mark, especially if he top decked a red. So then how is he going to get rid of it? And wow, okay, so I don't got much on that one. Again, João got a pretty good hand on there. 4-card run to the finish on green. I don't really got much on that one, but 2-0 there. Yeah, like I'm just gonna jump into game 3. We really don't got much to say on that one. Just really strong hand from João. Alright, going 12 here, green 1. I'm a little surprised João did not go low, especially after that one, but maybe not feeling it. Mark's definitely gonna want to try to get back into this one. Unfortunately for Mark, really just not much ammo played so far. I'm not really sure if he would have had much in that game too. That just kind of went unused, but I mean, so far it's only 2 ammo cards, a skip and a wild. But for now, Mark just trying to do what he can. as he actually plays a double there to give himself the lead. And we also had another immediate switch off the starting color, which we go right back to. And Joao actually had nothing on that green there, so Mark able to see that Joao was weak there and ultimately capitalizes on it. Now we'll see what he does to try to expand his lead. Is typing up something here. So we'll see what he brings. It's going to be green 1. Again, I think for Mark, maybe just trying to figure out what numbers are the right call or the right ones here to play. Although it is really hard when it's early game. You really don't got much information to go off of. So it's really just kind of walking in blindly here. But I mean, so far it's working out for Mark. I mean, Joao gets some top decks there to keep him lower on the cards, but Mark is just going to keep rolling on this green here. Again, Joao, that's only a temporary play there. He's still trying to find a way out of this, and he's going to find it on the 7. But Mark has to cross over the red, and I think for Mark, he's mission accomplished on that green. First ditto of the game, though, for Joao there. And maybe Mark with a bit of momentum here to get one on the board. Red 9 keeps going down. Ooh, that's not what Joao wanted there. Maybe a slight mistake. Gets to switch the yellow, and that is actually going to cost Joao here, as Mark gets to cross over in the blue. Maybe a little bit frantic here at this moment, but this could be Mark's game to lose here, depending on what he has left. Gets the Uno on the blue 1. Sticks with blue here. Does Mark have the finish? Yes, he does. Wow, and that is a majority numbers tan there, as ultimately Mark really doing a good job with what he has there to get the win. Took full advantage of those switches there and had a lot of control over the colors there. Mark, your thoughts on that one? That's a really good win to get back on the board, especially when I think you only played 1 ammo card in that game.
Not happy with the ammo here, but definitely a lot of connections. I think I had like 3 9s and like 2 sitters, so it wasn't the worst card for me, but I'm hoping it gets better in the future rounds.
Alright, well, Joao's gonna go 9 here. I mean, Joao, quick thoughts before we get into it. I mean, anything that you felt maybe went slightly wrong in that one from you? I know you said bad play there, but any takeaways from that?
Yeah, just bad play. I definitely could have won this one. Just wrong cards there when I went to the when I switched to the yellow 9. I should not have done that.
Alright, fair enough. Sometimes comes down to the 50-50s here, but Scars does that in. Joao wants to go to 9, and it's going to go back a little lower here. We'll see how game 4 goes here. But blue 0 is the start. A little bit of a late good luck there. Again, we get another immediate switch off the starting color. No, neither player really loving the start here. But we'll see where this goes. Ultimately, the red 0 switch makes it where red is going to be the switch off the start for like the 3rd game of this series. Only one that didn't happen in was game 3, but we are rolling with red at the moment. No switches, no switch attempts yet. Red +2 from Mark finds another ammo card and keeps it red, but throws Joao back a little bit again for Mark. If he could just get one on the board here, make this essentially a best of 3, that could work in his favor, as Joao is out on red and leaves it with the skip, but that's both out on the skip, both out on the red. Now it's potentially the first draw city of the entire series. And Mark's going to actually break it after Joao put the red 7, but Joao has the crossover into green. Mark's going to roll with it for now, but again, I mean, another table check here. Mark, well, I was about to say Mark's in the lead, but that is no longer the case, as a +6 puts Joao out front and throws Mark back to 11. But yeah, I mean, we have, really quick games so far, nothing going over 2:30. So pace has been pretty quick at the moment. Well, actually, 2:35 was game 1, but nothing over 2:35. Get a ditto there on the greens there. Mark looking to find his way back into this game here. Does not want to go down 3-1, especially with how quick this series has been. Really just pretty quick on the board here. And Mark's going to pull out the +4, was not feeling safe there. Going to switch it into yellow here. That throws João back to 7. Now we are pretty close to even here. João still has the lead, but much more manageable gap from Mark. Really, I think for Mark, just hoping that João runs out somewhere. 2 turns in, still got some yellow left in the tank. I think it's supposed to be a yellow 3. Yeah, there we go. Blue can play there. All good. But both at 2 plays at the moment, and we get a 3-card switch into blue, so ultimately João able to maximize that. Mark did want this blue earlier. He did have the blue 7 before. We'll see if he could find something on this. Blue skip. Yellow skip goes back into yellow. And yellow 8, so a 3-card switch to counter. Will it matter? João was actually going to power play. So no power play left for him. He has the wild to close it. So 3-1 João, but uses the power play to finish that one. Did not really feel safe getting a finish clean on that. So ultimately João up 3-1. I mean, it's really just kind of taking advantage of some of the speed here. Yeah, I mean, João, thoughts on the power play use there? Check your feelings going up 3-1 here. We've seen before the 3-1 has been a bit of a murky trail so far in this championship, but your thoughts on what you do to just be able to close this one out, especially now that you use the power play?
Honestly, this is the first time I think I've played the power play in game 4. I hope it works out. I'm feeling confident, so let's see what goes.
Mark, I mean, you got thrown back a bit earlier there. You were kind of doing a good job fighting back, but ultimately get snuffed out there towards the end. Your thoughts on anything that could have gone a little different, or if ultimately the power play usage did matter there?
I don't think I really could have done anything. I had this. I haven't gotten a lot of ammo. The +4 is nice, but I think it was just a good game by João.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we've kind of been running this. This series has been really quick so far. I mean, we're only at 22 minutes on the stream here, and we're already going into game 5 here. So this has been a very, very fast pace. But we'll see if the pace still stays the same for the rest of the series, or maybe we see a bit of a slowdown. Yeah, we did see a 3-1 comeback earlier. In this we're going with the full send here for game 5. Mark looking for somewhere to kickstart a comeback here. And I think he will have a slight advantage with the fact that João does not have power play, so won't have to worry about being concerned about the gap. He really just has to be concerned about a random run to the end potentially. So yeah, opens with the blue 2. Do we get another immediate switch here? No, we do not. That's the first wave of turns that we do not get an immediate switch. And Mark is already out on the blue. Not quite the start he was hoping for there. I mean, again, it is 15, so chance of being able to switch looks high. There it is, yellow 5 there. But interesting start for Mark there, as João's going to ditto it. Is in agreement with that play. But now we're running yellow. We're going to have to keep an eye out for that as this game goes along. But yeah, I mean, for João, I mean, in a good spot at the moment here. Mark just trying to fight from underneath. But 3-card run into red here. That will give Mark the lead here. Seeing a little bit more of that ammo there. I think for Mark, he is hoping he can get at least a +2 or a +4 somewhere in that starting hand, to at least give him a little bit of a little bit of a trump card if he needs it. But João's actually going to bring out the red +2. Bit of a slap there. That actually throws Mark back behind once again. Yeah, we'll see how this ultimately shapes out. Both playing numbers now. Going with the red 7. But João has to switch into green. Question will be now, what do both of these players play here. João with another double here. He's been doing a few of those this series, possibly en route to getting close to the end. We'll see. Green 7 from Mark here. Not necessarily the spot he was hoping to be in here, but still not out of it. There's the green +2, so throws João back a little bit. Held on to that for a bit. Felt that was the right time to use it here, and now we are tied. João with the possession arrow lead. Still running on green, though. Mark found the +4. Blue reverse. Could he find a run? Yellow reverse. João cannot do anything about this. And it looks like some of this ammo is finally coming in for Mark here, and he's going to get one back on the board here. It is now 2-3. And it's going to be a 6-card run. It's going to ultimately be a 6-card run to the finish on that one. And then the +2 as well to throw back any potential finish from João. João wants to go 6 for game 6, but we'll get a quick word from Mark. Mark, you do get one back on the board. I'm curious what that one draw you had at the start, because it looked like you were very short on blue, but if you can just give me your thoughts on being able to seemingly get a good hand that game, which you definitely much needed to try to put yourself back in this series, and just if you could elaborate a little bit on what that one draw was.
I think, yeah, I drew a blue of this, so it just kind of helped bleed into the chain. But I could have swapped to green at the beginning, but I just wanted to give it a blue. Overall, I just got really lucky that game.
You know, sometimes luck is what you need at times, and it does come there for Mark. João, I don't know if you got any comments there on that one, if you were close to the finish or anything like that. But I mean, since you are locking in 6, I mean, just kind of your thought. Okay, you're good. I'm going to mention also, since João pointed out, we did get a rainbow on the reverses there, so do get some Skittles popped out there. But yeah, game 6, João had the call for that one. He's going with 6, so going for a bit of a gamble here, looking to try to wrap this one up quickly. The pace has been very fast in this series, so maybe hoping that could go the same here. Red 8, red skip. Mark looking for it. No, does not have it. Ultimately trades that red skip in for something else. And it's not going to be a red card. João has 2 reds, but runs out now, and it looks like we are going to have an early draw city. No immediate finish. Oh, okay, but I stand corrected. A top deck yellow 2. That could play big for João here. Also, just depends on what Mark gets from that. I really know what these 5-6 card starts here. Really could get anything. Just gonna go with a yellow 9 double from João here. He is certainly in the catbird seat. And this 6-card start is at the moment looking to potentially pay off and give him this series win. But he ultimately could reach a dead end on this yellow. We'll have to see. Mark is taking his time on this one, maybe slowing down the pace a tiny bit. And Mark has another +4, holds on to it, and is going to save himself for now. And unfortunately, by that reaction, I'm wondering if João maybe was close. But we do go in the blue. It is 5-6. Mark with the lead. No, João actually responds with a +4 of his own and goes into green. I'm curious if that was the finish right there for João. We'll have to see after the game, but Mark is actually going to immediately deny the green, goes into red. And again, red pleased about that one. He plays next tomorrow at 1 p.m. João able to run red, but I think the thing also is Mark did not have a lot of red here. Now he is light switching here and finally found the draw there. I think that's what he was looking for, and gets it on the blue. I mean, again, light switching, especially with low cards, could be a little risky there, especially if it's a very, very split hand and you just give the opponent all they need. But does not seem to be the case for João. He has no blue, and Mark able to run this blue now, hoping to close the gap, and I think he just has. 5-6 now. Mark favor, blue skip, looking to force yet another game 7 in this D2 championship here, and it's looking very likely here. As he gets the run 5 card potentially +4. There's another one there, and we are going to Game 7 once again in this D2 Championship. 4 of the 5 matches have gone to 7. This pace has been electric. Only 2 minutes 25 average. João thinking he got 2 +4s on the 6-card start. I guess for Mark, where did those +4s end up coming from? And thoughts on going to Game 7 here?
One of them came from Jaw City at the beginning. The other one from I think it was from the +2 actually. But I'm feeling not super confident, but I'm feeling happy for game 7. I have my power play. Hopefully, I'll have a chance to use it.
All right, João went for the 6-card start there, was looking good at a moment. You were down to 2 at one point, but then got +4'd. Was the finish on the next turn there potentially, or was you still a little bit of ways, and just kind of thoughts going into Game 7 here?
I basically lose, I think, here because I played the 5 green instead of the 6 green that I had. I think that is the reason I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Which is extremely unfortunate. Extremely unfortunate. Just the wrong number, because then he gets the switch to red there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only red I have is another good switch for him, which is sure, why not? He got lucky there, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, sometimes you do need luck in this game. But we are now at another Game 7 here. Mark does have the power play, so maybe a little slight advantage here, but João has been on a run here and has shown him to be able to come back despite any challenges on his path. Alright, he can pick 15. So we are going for a full set into Game 7. No, he can pick 15. It's MCSR. 6 is the one he can't pick. Oh, we're getting a wild for... This is the second straight Game 7 that starts on a wild. Wow, this is going to be interesting here. I don't know if Mark usually likes doing the draw or not off the start. That's not required, but I know some people like doing that, some people don't. So we'll see where Mark goes, but I mean, again, this wild start is always a double-edged sword. Mark is just going to open up with the blue 8 here. And João goes for the immediate switch. Ultimately not necessarily a culture offense. The culture offense is if someone starts it and then you don't complete it. But yeah, okay, so we talk about the wild start with a lot of different strategies. Sometimes you go for the color you have most. Sometimes you like going for a color that you're a little weak on. But it looked like it was working at first for Mark there, where he played the blue and then immediately got switched on. But the problem is João did another switch and he's got no green, which is not great for Mark here. We are going back to blue though, but Mark does have it, so. That's gonna open the board to a very interesting drive through on how this game goes. But I mean, again, we have played very quick games here, nothing really going above 4 minutes. So I'm wondering if we could get another quick one here. The triple from João is going to definitely keep that pace going. But Mark gets to switch the red, looking to force João to draw it out, but they cross over into the number efficiency on the yellow. João looking to keep this yellow here. Can he do it? Will Mark have any other options here? Is he going to have to concede for now? No, he gets to switch into blue. We get another crossover. Won't be able to get back into that yellow there, but João does have a blue in the back pocket to spare, so able to keep playing. Mark looking to take advantage, switch into red. Getting a lot of light switching here, and João has found the draw, has drawn out. That's going to be a self-dead there, so that's going to force another draw. No, it does not. He gets a top deck blue 7. João able to escape that one, and it's another crossover. We are getting so many crossovers here. Light switch galore. And João is going to capitalize with a double there for the 7 at the moment. We are getting a lot of light switches here in this Game 7. Not really sticking with one color at the moment. Again, it really just comes down to how this one fares. What Mark ultimately decides to do here. He's taking a bit on this one, slowing this one down a little bit. We have not really had any really long draw periods yet. I mean, throughout this entire series, really, draw cities haven't lasted more than 2 turns. And Mark's actually going to have a +4, but he's going to keep it on yellow. Did not really feel safe there. Again, keeps it on yellow here. We'll see how João responds to that one. It's going to just be playing yellow at the moment. Goes with the yellow 9. Ultimately just flipped the scoreboard there. Big run from João there. He goes into blue. We are pretty much tied here at the moment. Blue +2, and no, Mark does not have anything beyond that. Leaves the door open. Not going to punish here. Blue 3. Mark thankful for no punish there, but he still has no blue. That ties it. If João can play, he can lead, but no, we have a draw on blue here. And this is the longest game of the series now, past 4 minutes. Very tense game 7 here. Winner goes into winner semis. Loser goes into losers and will face off against, I believe, will face Taco in the losers bracket. Crossover there. Keeping it going. Now we go into green. Draw city gets broken. Maybe a three color game from this point here. Depends on how the rest of this goes. I mean, this is pretty tight. Mark's gonna power play here. Will this wrap it up? Green reverse. Green 5, and no, it's gonna be a switch into yellow, so no finish there yet. Mark is down to 2 cards, but João has a chance to respond. Mark wanted that switch. That was necessary for him to get the win. We are clean the rest of the way, and João was going to punish it with a +4 there, so... Oh, man, I'm wondering if Mark would have wanted that one back there, but... Not going to quite find the ending there on that one. João did hold on to that +4 there, and it keeps himself afloat. We'll have to ask him about that one after the game, but we are clean the rest of the way. No more power plays. Is 6-3. And again, looking at the stats here, the wild +4 counter has drastically gone up here. But in the end, that's going to be another one from João there. 5-3 on the +4s. Mark leading that one. João 5-3 on the +2s. You know, really strange game when it comes to the ammo for the most part. But yeah, I mean, this is by far the longest of the series. I mean, this one passed 6:20, and every other game did not even go past 3:30. So we are really out for a long one. We were really out for a long one by this series standards. Mark finds Mark finds a +4 there. I'm curious if he got that from the +4 or if that was going to be supposedly his finish. So that kind of ultimately breaks it up here. I think João ultimately flushed the power play, but how will he find how will he find the run back into this? Wild blue from João. Crossover into wild red. Mark has the wild of his own. What does João do here? He has no red to be found. Red skip. Red reverse. And for Mark, that is going to do it. 7-14. Mark wins it 4-3 and moves on. For João, unfortunately came up a little bit short there. Ultimately, the wild at the end sealed it. Both players seem to have ran out on the green there at that point, and unfortunately for João, just hard to be able to read that in the moment there, but goes one turn too early on the wild there, and ultimately Mark is going to be able to find the escape there. with something with the +4. Seemed to be very fortunate with the draw on that one. But Mark, your thoughts? You were down 3-1, but used the power play there, not as a finish, but for a colors crossover, and ultimately got +4 there. Just walk me through what the finish was there originally, and then just kind of what you got from that +4 there to be able to recover and ultimately still escape with that one.
Originally I had a +4 at the end, before he +4'd me. So I was just hoping to get power play, get the 2 disconnected colors out. That didn't work out, but then I kind of just got crazy ammo at the end. I can't complain about my luck anymore. Good game to João.
All right, well, fair enough. Was able to escape on that one, Joao. I mean, I thought you were playing a pretty good game there, but fell back a little earlier. Was able to, in a way, burn that power play there, but unfortunately, just could not find the draws there in time to bounce back there, and ultimately got a little unlucky towards the end. Your thoughts, dropping the series here, going into losers here, playing against Taco in this losers round 1, and your thoughts going forward for the D2 championship as you look to keep contending and be in the hunt.
Man, that was so unlucky, so unlucky. He really did just get, he really just out ammoed me at the end there. I guess I could have played a green before I switched, but since he already played the green 8, I did not feel like I could play the green 8 because I thought he had a connection there, but just outrageous ammo from him. Like what can I do there? Insane.
Yeah, going to be a disappointing ending for that one there, but Joao was still a good fight. Again, 4th game 7 of the D2 championship with only 5 matches played thus far. Looking to be a really competitive one here, but we'll go to the bracket here. Mark moves on. He'll face the winner of Sai and Geo. I wanna say if Siam wins, that's gonna be a rematch from Justice July. If Geo wins, I don't think either have played each other before, so that'll be a new one. I think that even dates back to last season. I don't think either of them played each other. But we'll see who comes out on top of that. It's gonna be quite the interesting one to follow for Joao. He jumps into losers. He will face Taco there, looking to get the win there and keep his run going. But we'll see how it ultimately all plays out. Going to be interesting, the one to follow. But I think that'll do it for us. I don't have a co-comments here, so I can't really get any final thoughts. But I mean, again, we've seen so many Game 7s in this championship so far that I really got to wonder if that trend keeps on going here. Especially in this round. I mean, again, Geo being the only exception, and that being the only sweep we've ever seen. So, I guess that Geo Siam match is going to be really curious to see how that one plays out. But ultimately, it's going to be Mark who gets the win here, makes the 3-1 comeback. But that'll do it. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with some more action. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. King of Red versus Amazing Pikachu, the 4v5 matchup. But until then, on behalf of the Emery Uno team, including our ref Scars and our players, thank you all so much for watching this stream. Congrats to Mark on getting the 4-3 win and moving on to the winner semis of the bracket. And best of luck to Joao as he keeps his run going into the loser side. But until then, take care everyone, and we'll be back tomorrow with some more Emery Uno.
You've been watching the 2025 MRE Uno Division 2 Championship.